Hello everyone. Today I'll be teaching my student Chimp Johnson about what cultural relativism is. Cultural relativism is about the idea that what's right and what's wrong depends on what culture you're a part of. So it sounds pretty simple, don't it? But it dives into the bigger question. If every culture has their own morals, what's universally right and what's universally wrong? So in this talk, we go dive a little deeper into that. But first, I'm going to redefine what cultural relativism is for you so you can get a deeper understanding. Cultural relativism says moral rules are based on what a culture approves of. So if that society says it's right, it is what it is. For example, some cultures say it's respectful and polite to take off your shoe before you enter a house or something like that. Other cultures don't do that and they don't consider it because that's not what they do. But in that culture, that's what would be right and polite and respectful in that culture. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. What is it called again?
Cultural relativism. Yeah, that makes sense. So if we say all moral truths depend on culture, then we cannot criticize anything another culture does, no matter if it seems harmful or not. So, for example, some societies have arranged marriages and strict gender rules. In that society, that's right, and there's nothing another culture can say about it because that's just what they do. But that creates a bigger problem and a deeper issue because things such as slavery and discrimination can't be accepted simply because a culture would accept it or would be okay with doing so. So that's one of the biggest criticisms cultural relativism has, and I don't like it either. That's one of the biggest ones it has because it makes every moral view equally valid, no matter how harmful it may be. So I want to ask you, should we respect all cultural aspects and respect all practices, even though it may seem wrong, depending on where you're from?
No, I disagree with that.
Why?
I disagree because I move off principles and morals. So if it don't make sense, if it's not the right thing, if it's just not just, I'm not doing it. But as far as culture, I understand that for certain things, I just believe in doing the right thing instead of just doing what you have to do for as a belief.
Exactly. So cultural relativism teaches us that a very important lesson that we have to have an open mind. You can't be so closed-minded to stuff, and we gotta respect cultural differences depending on what it is. But we have to also recognize that all cultural aspects are not right because that culture accepts it and approves of it.
Right.
So we got to keep moving forward, and we also got to remember that morality may be influenced by the culture we're a part of and how we grew up, but it doesn't define it and it doesn't control it.
Right.